What's going on, family? We are back at Illinois Motors, and boy, we got something to share with you guys, man. Think you're gonna like it. Probably seen it on the previous video. Well, let's not muddle this up too much. We'll get into it right after this intro, all right? Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to getting out. I'm just not. All right.
Hey, man, you're gonna defeat the whole thought about why the doors go up if you can't get out the car.
So there is technically an easier way to get in and out.
Just fall out, man.
So you kind of have to stand up to get out and sit like standing up to get in too.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So you have to kind of lift yourself up
Yeah.
and then take your legs out.
Yeah.
And that's like the easiest way of getting out. But getting in, it's a similar process. So there you go. That is one entrance for sure. So you already saw this car.
Yes.
And has YouTube seen this car yet?
YouTube has seen this car, man.
Okay.
And we actually, no, we didn't use it. We was going to use it as a thumbnail, but we didn't. So we end up, it was on the channel though, for sure, man. We put it on at the Cannonball event. Wonderful event, guys. If you didn't go, you can go watch my video, watch anybody's video, but go check it out. It was absolutely a great event.
So, reason we brought this out is because this is a 2021 McLaren 765LT that has been breathed on by Cannonball. Wow. So we thought it'd be the right thing to bring out a car that they've put a lot of work into to make just an insane product. I mean, this is already an insane car. They dyno stock 740 to the wheels.
Yeah.
And so that puts you somewhere in the 8s at the crank, high 8s. This car is making 940 to the wheels now on E85.
Lord, I almost dropped the camera.
So it's a pretty serious machine. It's got downpipes, tune, all the necessary plug and play equipment. It's E85 mix capable, and it's like a flex fuel system. But I think the tank has to be mostly empty if you want to switch fuels with this one. So, but it's legit. And this specific car is loaded. Like, we're talking options on options.
It's beautiful, guys. Yeah. Like, so, okay, before we even get into the options, right? We'll do this. Just look at it. All this carbon fiber just like freaking everywhere.
All of that stuff is options on the exterior. The carbon fiber, they call this intakes, actually.
Really?
Because the headlights work as an intake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're hollow.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
So that's an option. the points here are an option. Basically,
Hood
the whole
vents.
carbon exterior package is an option. So there you go. Oh, and that's the King option.
Yeah.
That's the King.
Oh my
King
God.
option.
So out of all of this, we saw the front.
Yep.
We saw this rear and this wing diffuser. This hood scoop, guys.
It's not just a roof scoop, because we have to discuss what makes this the King option on this car. This paint. Let's move back to the paint. This is chicane effect gray.
It is beautiful.
It's got a crazy orange pearl.
I really hope it's coming out
in this kind of grayish blue color.
Yeah.
It's a elite paint choice, which makes it a $29,000 paint.
Just the paint.
Just the paint.
That's some people's cars.
This roof scoop, by the way,
is another car.
Is like $25,000 or $24,000, and then to do it in MSO exposed carbon's like an extra $9,000. So it's like, if I'm calling it right, I think it's like a $34,000 roof scoop.
Oh wow!
So the roof scoop costs more than the paint option.
I'm glad you did it that way.
Yeah.
So you could get the perspective of just the paint itself and how expensive it is alone. But then the roof scoop.
Yeah. This car has over $104,000 in options. And two of them being the most expensive is the paint and the exposed carbon roof scoop. That equates to like $55,000 of the options.
Oh my God, man. This is a house, by the way, guys. A very expensive house. Right here. Right here. Sheesh, man.
But you can't race those.
Can't race houses, man. And you will not sleep comfortably in this one.
No. No. No.
Oh my God.
No.
But listen, you will have tons and tons of fun. First of all, in the 765, period, you'll have fun. But in this one, they've kicked it up a notch.
This is the most mind-bending performance car I've ever driven.
That says a lot.
I can't even describe the speed because it's just effortless. This car, dry weight, is under 2,900 pounds. Dry weight. So that means with no fluids, nothing in the gas tank, it's like somewhere in the 28s. And with fluids, they kept all the tanks relatively on the smaller side because they didn't want the curb weight to be too far off of the dry weights, like under 3,100 pounds.
That's bananas.
So in the context of like lightweight cars that people use for like drag racing, C6 Corvette, 3,000 pounds in the Z06 and like 31 and change in the ZR1. This car weighs almost the same, if not a little less, and it's making 740 to the wheel stock. Add 200 more wheel horsepower than this car. You're not, honestly, anything short of a Tesla Plaid or a hypercar won't keep up with this on the street at all.
I mean, it's amazing. Mid-engine means you're putting the weight in the right place so that this thing plants and does what it's supposed to do. It has tons of aero with a super low drag coefficient. This thing is stupid. It wants to be stick to the ground. 765s have a lot
of traction issues, so when you're adding an extra 200 wheel, there's R888Rs on this. So,
well, traction is the issue because of the power.
Yes, yes.
Oh my!
And the 720S, they hook up pretty good, but this car, I mean, man, they're making everything firmer. I mean, firming the suspension technically makes your traction worse.
Yeah,
so you want
it makes
a little
it worse.
Bit of give.
Yeah.
So, but you know,
the squat effect.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. So this car is nuts. This is exceeds hypercar performance.
I was just looking
it's
at.
Unbelievable.
Trying to remember what show it's on YouTube. It's the one where they do the drag race that goes down, they make a break, they turn, come back, drag all the way back down. I can't remember what it's called.
Car Wow?
Is it called what? No, it's
Throttle House.
Can't remember. I have to put the name of it. Yes. Well, 3.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a lady hosting, sometimes it's a guy hosting, plus 2 drivers. Yeah.
Know.
So I'll put the name of it right here. I can't think of it. But they start a new chart. They had to extend the braking path for electric cars because they don't have really great brakes and they have a lot of weight.
Yeah, I don't think they should change the rules because the car can't stop.
I agree with you.
Put bigger brakes on your goddamn.
Do what you got to do to
EVs.
make it work.
Yeah.
The other side of it was that they started a new chart. Well, they started a new chart, and at the top of that chart was this car.
Yep.
And this car factory set at the top of the chart. The episode that I watched was of a Z06 and a GT500. But when I looked at it, I saw this car. This car sitting at the top of the list. I was like, oh, and that's factory.
The only factory car that really competes with this is a SF90 Ferrari, and that's because it's got all-wheel drive.
Right.
But what's funny is there's certain points in the SF90's acceleration where this is catching up.
Really?
So this actually, I think, has a slightly higher trap speed through the quarter mile.
Oh, wow.
So that just tells you how fast. And the Ferrari needed all-wheel drive and hybrid to beat this car, which is just twin-turbo V8 rear-wheel drive. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
They really prioritized weight, aerodynamics. This is the most extreme example of pure combustion. It's
gorgeous, man. And it's a piece of art.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
And we
beautiful.
haven't even gotten to the interior, which we should probably do, right?
Yeah, we definitely should get to the interior.
So, more
guys,
options.
This is a beautiful car, man.
This is considered, I think, burnt orange is the shade, and it is as advertised. It looks great. They don't awesome. Burn it from the factory.
What's that smell?
Yeah.
All right.
Need some help?
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so just be careful.
You hold that. I got in this car once.
Yeah, that is fair.
I did get in this car once, so.
Probably the hardest side bolster I've ever felt in the seat, because there is no side bolster.
Come here. We're in.
You're in there.
Oh my God.
And the worst part is when you get in and you're my size, right?
Yeah.
You have to, you'll notice that the seatbelt buckle is folded down. You have to reach back down.
And I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, you're feeling it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There it is.
Yep. Then you fold it up and you're like, wow, there's even less room now.
Yeah. My God, you nailed it.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It just squeezed me in a little bit more. Sheesh, guys.
Yeah,
y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this. This thing is beautiful. I mean, this roof is like right here. I feel like you close down this, I'm hitting my head.
I kind of duck my head every time I do, but they do dome this part so you don't smack your head,
yeah,
which is nice. So,
see, this is the part he's talking about right here is domed, so you don't hit your head.
Yeah.
She's nice though, man.
Yep, you're definitely getting your money's worth in materials. So,
God, when I sat in that center, these are center seats, so that explains it. It feels, they are super stiff. Like, you ain't got to worry about sliding around in this thing.
You're not going anywhere.
When you're playing, you ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. This car is numbered also, guys, 300 of 765.
There you go. And I think that's for the coupes because they made 300 spiders.
Oh, okay.
Or roadster convertibles, whatever you want to call them.
Nice. Carbon fiber paddles. I mean, carbon fiber and Alcantara everywhere in this car. And when they did it right. A-pillars, everything.
Yeah.
You're not. they did not cheap out on the options, guys, at all.
Especially not with this specific car. And I think back here, yeah, you can actually see there's forged carbon supports that are behind the driver's seat. They're along like the rails here on the side. And you can see where all the ducting goes for the air scoop too.
Really?
Yeah. It's just right there.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
I think there's a marginal increase in power because of that.
Wow.
But what it really changes, and this is something we can't really, show on camera, is the induction noise is insane with that roof scoop.
Yeah.
It really adds a lot of character to this car.
I can only imagine, man. They did a really, really good job with this car. Can I start this thing?
Sure.
We're not revving, just to let you know. We're not going to rev. Boy, this vibration in this seat. Oh my goodness. My God, guys.
Need some help?
You hear it? Oh, wow. Yeah, we got low fuel and everything. The vibration is right at your seat. It's in your butt. You feel like you are sitting on a rocket ship. It's like, this thing is phenomenal, guys. Like crazy. Absolutely nuts. You plan on taking this out to any more shows?
I don't think so, unfortunately. We had very limited mileage that we wanted to put on this thing.
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to see it out in the wild, guys, make sure you come through to Illinois Motors to take a look at it if you're interested.
Yes, sir. All right, need some help getting out?
Nah, I should be able to. I think I can do it, man.
Okay.
I think I can do it.
So remember how I did it.
Let me set the keys right
There you go. It's easier on the way out than it is in.
there. Way easier on the way out. Here's the interesting part. You can't tuck and roll out this car. You will get stuck. Like you will get stuck. There ain't no tucking and rolling like in the vet.
Yeah.
Oh
this
my
is,
God. The keys are
yes, sir.
in the cup holder.
Yeah, no worries. We can just fine. So
This thing is awesome.
Yes. So just a little fun fact or interesting thing. Do you know where this engine comes from?
Is this a Benz engine?
It is not a Mercedes-Benz.
Really? What they put in here?
So it's an M840T. So it's the 4-liter V8. It's a revision of the M838T, which is found in the 12C 650S.
Yeah.
675LT, the original McLaren P1s, right? You got it, right? Do you know where that came from?
I have no.
Because most people have no idea. They think that was a clean sheet design.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Nissan R390? It's a GT1 car that they made that never actually raced. I'm sorry, it may have raced, but they only made like one road-going car.
Look, you guys see my face right now because it does sound familiar. I'm a GTR, so Nissan, everything Nissan for a period was my world. I just love those cars. So that car is familiar to me. That's interesting that you say that.
The M838T, which is the predecessor to this engine, is a McLaren revision of the R390 engine.
Oh.
It's a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 that's from the Nissan GT1 class race car and the one street car that they made.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Because you think twin-turbo V8s and stuff, especially when the engine debuted in like 2012, you would think that it was super high-tech.
Right.
It's actually, the technology kind of goes a little further back, at least from the bones of it.
Yeah.
So it's just an interesting thing because most people think McLaren had like their own engine. They did.
I remember that for some reason. I remember McLaren having some engine roots that came from Mercedes.
Mercedes McLaren SLR.
Yeah.
They collaborated on that, but I don't think on any other road engine. What's funny is they've been in bed with quite a few companies when you think about it, because the McLaren F1 had a BMW V12.
Oh wow!
And or the S72.
But BMW was shopping that motor to a lot of different people, right?
No.
That V12.
No.
Why did I remember seeing that on like
Mercedes gave their engine to Pagani for the Zonda.
That's what I'm thinking about. Oops. Yeah. No. That's what I'm thinking about.
And Mercedes gave their engine, the 6-liter twin-turbo V8, to Pagani for the Huayra as well.
That's right. So I remember. So I do know. That I do know. Yeah. That's what I'm mixing these two up with. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's the Pagani that has Mercedes engine, and you hear it too when they fire up. So
exactly.
Sounds like a high revving Mercedes.
But it's an interesting engine. I mean, this engine is relentlessly insane. I mean, flat plane crank twin turbo V8, it revs super high. It's like 9,000 RPM. And, you know, this engine came in a time where everyone was like kind of, you know, ready for the next technology.
Yeah.
And this has just been a trailblazing car and platform for the 720S. I mean, McLarens were already kind of changing the game with the 12C 650S.
Yep.
The 720S will be a poster car forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what anybody says or their opinions about the brand. The 720S is going to be a definitive car for the generation.
I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you.
It changed everything.
It did.
It changed everything.
It did. The truth behind, that true feeling when they talk about these cars having alien technology was emphasized on the 720. So,
and this is the extension of that philosophy.
and
it's just more extreme.
This thing was touched by Cannonball Garage.
Yes.
A whole
and let
nother
me tell
level.
you, this is ridiculous levels of speed that, and no one would technically ever need this, but if we all lived on needs instead of wants, we'd all be living in caves.
True.
So
True.
there you go. 765LT, and it is for sale at $518,800.
Real cheap, guys. Real cheap.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting rid of my quattroporte to finance this thing. So, yeah. Totally in the same league.
Yeah. Just one, would you say one click off? It looks amazing. Oh my God. This view is just so cool. This is an amazing car. It's absolutely, it's beautiful. It's a piece of art. They did such a wonderful job speccing this car out. It was already super crazy from a speed perspective or performance perspective. Cannonball even took it to the next level. Just seeing your face tells it all. When you first mentioned how insanely fast this car was.
Changes the game. It changes your expectation. My car is not fast by any means, but when I got my car after driving this, I literally thought something was wrong. And then I realized, it's just not fucking fast. This is fucking fast. And I just need to say, when we look back on this video and just being in this car and driving it, this is going to be legendary one day. Wow. It already is.
That's very powerful, very strong words, guys. This car will be legendary.
The 720 is a game changer.
Yes.
765LT is the extension of the philosophy, and this will be super sought after someday. Like, ridiculous. Because this is McLaren.
Yeah.
This is definitively McLaren.
Now, where did they go after this?
What's up?
Where did they go after this?
Apparently they can't go anywhere because they came out with the same goddamn car again.
Yeah.
With the 750S.
Yes.
It's the same car.
They've landed.
Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be another LT on this. It would be a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Right. If they think they can extend this chassis and platform to do even more, I would be hard pressed to believe so at a glance, because this already feels like you're on the razor thin edge of destruction.
I'll be interested if they're going to go any further. My interest is how they're going to maintain traction. I think that's going to be their biggest challenge. I think they could get more out of them. They need to figure out traction.
I know what I have a feeling that I know what they're going to do. They're going to put a hybrid, and they're going to make it a hybrid, put an electric motor at the front. It's going to kind of spoil some of the weight advantages, but it will still be lighter than the competition.
True.
By a considerable amount, and it'll be all-wheel drive. That's how you solve the electronic issues, the electric issues. When I think of stuff like that in companies that don't want to implement certain technologies in their cars right away, I think of like the LaFerrari.
Yeah.
That was the only car out of the P1 918, out of the trio, that literally does not have an electric mode at all.
Yeah.
It is strictly a power adder, and I think McLaren will strictly use that for traction and power adding.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Anytime they race and add that technology to the race cars.
Mm-hmm. I just hope it works, because the McLaren Artura is not proving to be a very reliable experience so far. Heard through the grapevine.
Gotcha.
That's all. But who knows? It's all new technology. This is all just the start of something we've never even seen. So.
And, like any new level of technology, you have to work the bugs out. You have to get to a point where things are, you got to iron out the wrinkles. And they never start perfect. Who gets it right the first time?
Pretty much nobody. Yeah.
Once they iron out those wrinkles, it's going to be through the roof. Just watch. Sheesh. I mean, how many Z06 caught on fire before they could figure out how to make that thing work right? Right.
That's fair.
And also the E-Ray. They had all kind of issues trying to make that thing work, but once they get to a point and figuring it out,
The car's not even out yet.
and that part,
Yeah.
sheesh.
You know what's interesting about this McLaren?
Give it to me.
With its options and its modifications, especially its modifications.
Yeah.
Crazy window sticker of over 104,000 in options.
Right.
Something tells me that this McLaren is just not too average.
I think you're right, my friend. This car here is not average. This is definitely a step above the rest. And it's got too many reasons to be in that place, guys. This is not your average car, man. And look where it's at. Right here at Illinois Motors, man, where you listen, man, you can't find a car here, you're not looking for a car. That's just it. You're really not serious about making a purchase. These guys were designed from greatness, man, just like you guys. They keep greatness in here. And just like you guys, man, we all were designed from greatness. Guys, because of that, you have the right, the responsibility, and the authority to never, ever be average. So, guys, like this thing right here, sheesh, don't be average. Yeah.